the Chief Administrative Secretaries who are here, the Principal Secretaries, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Firstly, allow me to express my sincere gratitude to the distinguished elders and leaders of Mount Kenya Foundation for their recognition and invitation of the leadership of Northern Kenya under the Upya family, under the Upya movement. We do not take this gesture of friendship for granted, particularly noting the prevailing political season in the country, the constraint of time and the need to build relationship across every corner of this country, and that you found time and the need to invite us for this luncheon is a gesture that we do not take for granted. I have therefore no doubt in my mind of the good faith and intentions underpinning this unique get-together. It can't be for granted. It can't be taken for granted. And it can't be by coincidence that you thought about reaching out to us, building a relationship, and finding value in these vast counties is not a mean task. We may wish to know that the people of Northern Kenya, in their ethnic and clan diversities, are interwoven by shared history, geography, and common socioeconomic circumstances. They are in many ways and so often defined by commonalities of hardships, sometimes known for insecurity, sometimes known for hunger and gender deprivation. And that is a rallying call that brought us together. We think we have so much to share in common in terms of the sheer hardship that abound in those regions. But we felt we can change that into opportunities. Past attempts by leaders of this region to get together to discuss issues of mutual concerns and collective good for their regions have failed, sometimes due to external interference, sometimes due to intimidation, and generally, even sabotage within government. I'm referring to in the past. When people of this region try to get together to discuss a cause and destiny of their own, it has not been very easy. It has always felt resistance. It always felt barriers along the way, either at the local level and sometimes even at the national level, because there is value in them getting together, and there is also the potential danger of sometimes even when they get together, if their voices are not heard. The communities of Northern Kenya have now reached of age. As an integral part of President Uhuru Kenyatta's government, have decided not to miss out on the ongoing national discourse. In a transition like this, we want to get together as one united front, as communities defined by the commonalities I earlier indicated. And we want to be part of that train, because we are already one. President Uhuru Kenyatta has given us an opportunity, appointed quite a number of personalities from this region into senior positions of leadership and senior positions of decision-making, including my own position as a cabinet secretary in charge of finance, not for the region, but for the country, where it has given me an opportunity not only to decide and shape the destiny and the economy of this country, but also go beyond and engage with international organizations to determine the course of this country. It's not a mean achievement. It's a task, it's a position of trust, and forever myself, my people, and my region will remain forever grateful for that gesture. It has taken this region maybe more than close to 60 years to find space in positions like that. The kind gesture of the president is a testimony that the region is no longer on the margins, but integral to the national decision-making process. We can no longer talk of marginalization. We can no longer talk of deprivation. We have no reason to complain, because the people making decisions are here with us, and they are from the region, and they have an opportunity to change the course of history for the region themselves. This is the reason that we have stepped forward to provide leadership and actively contribute to the current political debates under Upya movement, a movement that has given life to the region. It's given us a political voice. It has given us an opportunity to organize ourselves. That yes, indeed, in our numbers, in our voices, we can make a difference and be part of the national discourse. In retrospect, the current political developments reminds us of the journey that this region has traveled. When you reflect back to pre-independence, to independence, and other successive governments, it gives us an opportunity so that we do not make the mistakes that happened that time. This region missed out on the constitution-making process of the independence. When people went to Lancaster, these regions were nowhere. They were busy standing up against the government, doing shifter war, and getting challenges in their own small clan and ethnic differences. We even missed out on the major policy-making sessional papers of this government, including the sessional paper number 10 of 1965 that defined the course of the direction of the economy, where this area was just an appendage of that important sessional paper, claiming that investments going to be done in agriculturally high potential areas with the hope that if there are things that will come out, the remains will be shared in the marginal areas. The agricultural sector continued to do poorly, and therefore there was nothing to realize, and there was also nothing to reach the regions that we come from. So we are saying we are no longer going to sit back and be dictated by the level of our disorganization. We have to get organized, and we need to be taken seriously, and we need to be a part of this government. This meeting between the Mount Kenya and Northern Kenya communities reminds us of the long, cordial, and socioeconomic symbiotic ties that existed between the two regions, where exchange and trade of livestock, coffee, tobacco, name it, predates independence. Even in the 18th century, in the 19th century, in the 20th century, before independence, these two communities, wherever their clans, wherever their ethnic identities, were engaged in some form of trade, in some form of exchange of goods. And this is now where we want to bound on, and this is where we want to capitalize to bring these two regions together. Even in the modern day Kenya, these two communities that dominate the two regions, they still dominate the economic scene through aggressive pursuit of trade, investments, and creation of wealth. When you look at the businesses in Slee, the people who are always side by side are the people of these two regions. When you go to every vibrant market, you will see a handful of people from northern Kenya, even the huts of Kikuyu land. And you will see these communities from central region in the huts and mines of people in the remotest part of this country. Where there's a small trading center, there is chance that there is a Meru from Tigania who is selling tobacco somewhere, who is selling this. These are ties that we want to capitalize on. They indeed, these two communities, or the two regions, contribute handsomely to the national revenue through payment of taxes from the proceeds of their hard labor and investments, not only mentioning employment levels they create. From where I sit in the National Treasury, the most pleasant person in the region that I look for are the people who pay the highest tax. The returns that we get from these two regions is by no means comparable to any other region. And that's why they're important in this country. And that's why they need to build and strengthen the ties of friendship for the betterment of the entire country. On behalf of the people of Northern Kenya, I extend a hand of friendship and warm invitation to the business communities of Mount Kenya region to come and invest in our region. Northern Kenya portends tremendous economic opportunities from abundant land constituting almost 70% of Kenya's landmass. Natural resource endowment, when you talk of the green energy mix, when you talk of solar, when you talk of wind, when you talk of geothermal, that is the mother of all natural resources, and that is Northern Kenya. When you talk of livestock in their diversity, whether camels, you might not be very keen about the camels, but you know, it is the pride of our region. When you talk of cattle, when you talk of sheep, when you talk of goats, maybe we do not keep some other animals for obvious reasons. But this is where, to a great extent, over 70–80% of these natural resources are found in these areas. When you talk of minerals, I know as somebody in the heart of government, the current survey about minerals that's going on in the country, to a great extent, they are found in Northern Kenya. And it's the future economic front for this country. North is the place to be. And the earlier you make a decision to invest in those regions, the better for all of us. And that's why we extend a hand of friendship, a hand of partnership for the collective good of our country. I see this meeting as a brave beginning for a brighter future for our people and for this country. That's why we need to put aside perceived differences, because in reality, I know there are no differences. Sometimes they are manufactured by people who do not want others to progress, and engage freely and honestly to build a level of partnership and trust among each other that will enable collectively enable us to speak collectively with one voice, articulate a coherent position on economic and political matters to ensure a brighter future for our region and the country. We've been told by the previous speakers the sheer relevance you find in our Constitution. The people in this room alone, if they speak in one voice, I don't think there will be need for any other election. It will be decided here, including the 25% majority. And it's doable. It's been done. The leadership of entire Northern Kenya is here. Their council of elders are here. Their religious leaders are here. The people who are trusted are here. Once they make decisions, then it's a done deal. And this is the direction that we want to go. Northern Kenya believes in partnership that will enable them realize unity and strength. That kind of unity that will give them an effective voice at the decision-making table. We say everything comes with a price. The relationship that we want to build, we also want to be part and parcel of the decision-making by sitting on the discussion table, not on the periphery anymore. We want to be here as partners, and we want our voices to be loud and clear. Yeah, yes, this is our country. Yes, we have a voice. We have a big stake. And we want to be at that table that's going to make the decision. That we are indeed determined to break the retrogressive cycle that keeps us as the region on the margins and prepare to play a visible role that will make us an important cog in the national discourse of this country. I'm sure you must be wondering that why some of us, sometimes we say we're in the executive. Who said politics and life and livelihood belongs to politicians? It belongs to all of us. It belongs to the villager. It belongs to those of us also in government. And we cannot keep quiet. We'll talk about it, whether you resist or not. We'll talk about it all the time because we believe in a cause that's going to change not only our region, but the entire region of this country. We are here as your friends. I'm addressing our brothers and sisters from Mount Kenya region. We are here as friends to engage with you as key players in the emerging political and economic formations in this country. We have a bloc, you are a bloc, we'll sit together, we'll determine the course of this country, where we have the entire region with us. We used to join you with you in a political formation. We are very keen to join you in a political formation, in alliance where we have a stake and space on the high table. Our decision is informed by the trust we have in our President, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, who has the best intentions for this country, where he wishes to banquet on the future generation, where he wishes to banquet the future generation, not only the current generation, but the future generation, a peaceful, stable, and inclusive nation. A nation that my child, our children, the generation to come, will look back and say, yes, indeed, we made history by uniting this country, by promoting peace, by creating stability, by creating wealth and opportunities for the future generation. Where I can work, my children can work anywhere, whether in Nyanza, whether in Mandera, or whether even in Muranga, that they know that every bit of this country belongs to them. And they are free to engage, they are free to move, they are free to contribute to the cause of this nation. And we've retreated, I think maybe in our own small corners, that yes, we are in the process of making history. This country is in a transition. This country, there's going to be peaceful handover of power. We've had one of the greatest presidents that has ever transited in this country, and also the region. We, from his corner, this region that we are referring to, we belong to his corner. We are his people. We trust him. He has given us an opportunity. And wherever direction that's going to give us is the direction that we are going to follow. It doesn't matter whether he's not going to be a presidential candidate, and he is not. But we want to go with him. We want to be by his side. And I know sometimes there's some, although it's dying down now, there's some discordant voices also from your region as Mount Kenya. We are inviting you back to where we are. We are inviting you back to where Uhuru is. Make sure that nobody is left behind, because the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the people who are going to protect the legacy of this Uhuru Kenyatta, it can only be a chosen successor by himself. And that is where the direction we want to go. He has given us his dreams, and vision for this country has been very clear. That's why you see he's blind to whoever he gives opportunity. That's why some of us, because of his own decision, he trusts us with the past of this country, because he knows we are Kenyan, because he knows that we can make a difference. And that's the direction we want to go. I want to wish you well. Nafikiri kwa niaba ya watu wetu, pengine sisi unajua tumetoka mali tofauti. Sisi kama jamii ya sehemu hii kaunti 10, kutoka Lamu mpaka Turkana, tumekuwa na mawasiliano si siku moja, tumekuwa na mawasiliano ya zaidi ya mwezi 3. Tumechambuana na tumejua nani yako na sisi, na tumetengeneza critical mass. 80% of our elected leaders are in this room. Almost, maybe there's only 1 or 2 governors who are not here. The rest are here. And almost all the senators are here. All the members of the National Assembly are here. We've decided to move on a conscious path. Even all the former governors are here. That we built one home called Upya. Upya ni movement yetu kama jamii ya sehemu hii. Lakini tutakuwa na vyama tofauti. Kwa hiyo chini ya vyama tutashindana, lakini tutakuwa na sauti moja, ambao kama mtakubali tunataka tumalizane mambo ya uhusiano kati yetu na ninyi. Tukiweka sahihi, wakati mambo inazungumziwa ya kuzungumza mambo ya Kenya, ninyi kwa ajili ya pengine idadi yenu mtakuwa watu 10, sisi pia tuko na haki hata kama ni nafasi moja ama 2 kukaa kwa hiyo meza na kupanga mambo yajayo. Asanteni sana, Mungu awajalie, Mungu awarehemu, nashukuru zaidi.